Hi everyone, it's Plastic EP here from Melbourne, Australia. And coming in from Arizona is Kathy C.C. Carlson. And coming in from the US
New Mexico.
New Mexico, okay, no worries. And coming in from the US, we love her, everyone loves her out there in the world. Liz Presley, how are you today?
Fine, thank you. How are you doing?
We're doing well, aren't we, Kathy?
Fantastic, as always, Plastic. We're about to celebrate your 500th show, so we're really happy.
That's the 500th show. We did it in 15 months, and as I said, that's fab. Now, we're here with Liz, and we want to talk about the 360 Music Publishing. We want you to tell us all about this project, Liz. We're really excited to hear about this.
Great. I'm really excited to explain it to everybody. So thank you, Plastic EP, and thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate it, and thank you for having me on the show today. As you know, at GRACELAND, we design so many wonderful things for people and for now and the future. And we have many more wonderful things in store, I can assure you. And one of them is the 360 Music Publishing from Presley, LLC. And this 360 Music Publishing came about because me as an artist, I wanted to get all my royalties, right? And I noticed that artists were complaining that when they did all these streaming, they're getting like almost no money. Well, they thought it's because the music industry had changed and they were getting almost no money, and that's the way it worked. But it actually wasn't quite the facts. The facts are that they weren't getting the right music royalties because they wasn't trying to recover those royalties from the right places. Therefore, they mostly were getting their minimal royalties, which probably were the sales of the records. The rest of it, like performance royalties and things like that, they were not receiving. And they misunderstand performance royalties and things like that too. So as a music artist, it's a bit like putting out songs. It's like having a store. If you have a store and you've got lots of products and lots of people are coming in to buy them, it's great if you've got a cash register, right? And because you get the money and then you make a profit. Now in music, even though artists do it because they love the business and love what they're doing, you also have to eat as well. So really, it's not called music business. It should be called, as Rick Barker, which is Taylor Swift's manager, told me, and I agree, Rick, it's business music. It's business first and then music. Even though, don't get me wrong, we have a great passion. I've been playing the guitar and singing since I was a very young child, sitting there on that hill, playing songs, not thinking about the business side of the business, just concentrating on making people happy. And we're all into that, and that's wonderful, and that's fantastic. But what about making a little bit of money too? Now, if you're not interested in making the money and you're a music artist, guess what? The music's making money anyway. And so guess what happens to that money? It goes into a big black box, and every 2 to 3 years, it goes to the major artists as bonuses. So all the artists out there that are small artists or medium artists or even bigger artists that are not managed by somebody, or what will happen is you're making your music royalties. You're just not getting them if you're not listing in the right places. Now, the 360 Music Publishing, anybody could actually do on their own if they really spend a lot of time, like probably 2 or 3 years, maybe 5 years, if they, depending how slow or fast they are, on studying the entire music business. Then you could link up all the places yourself and you could get all your royalties. However, a lot of people don't know how to do that. A lot of people don't know what to research. They don't know the different types of royalties. And even if they research them, they get confused. So we designed a program called at Presley at GRACELAND, which is called 360 Music Publishing. And so 360 Music Publishing is going to be a program which we're working on right now, because we did try it first of all, just like giving people advice, and they're like, do this. They're like, get around to it, So we figured we need something a little bit more tighter than that, something to make people more disciplined so they actually run their music business correctly. And so we designed the 360, that's when the 360 Music Publishing came in. And the way that works is very exciting because we're adding some additional things. My good friend and we're doing some projects right now, me and Skylar, and which is from the Commodores. And he explained a piece of the music business to me too that I've now incorporated into this as well. A bit that we didn't know, I'm not saying we know everything, we don't. We constantly research. And when we research and it's something good, we add it to the program so things can be successful. So I'm very excited today to explain to people how this publishing program works at 360 Music Publishing from Presley of GRACELAND. I'm very excited. It would literally change the way the music industry works. Now, please don't mistake this for lost royalties. These are the monies that people say they have come into them and they're lost, and people are searching for those royalties. Don't mistake this for companies that claim they claim the royalties that only claim part of the royalties. Like some of the biggest companies out there saying that they can get your royalties for you, but only getting part of the royalties. They're not getting all the royalties. The 360 music publishing is exactly that. 360 goes all the way around the circle. Okay, so from beginning to writing the songs for songwriters and to releasing the song for the music artists and gaining all those royalties worldwide, not missing any, so you get 100%. Okay, now.
Yeah. Liz, I just want to ask you, right? I'm familiar with territories, and I know that territories are all over the world, and it's very hard getting your money from everywhere, just in general.
Yes.
But what I'd like to ask you is, are you trying to organise as well? This may not be happening now, but in the future, where you have a platform where someone records a song, uploads it with you, and you get it out on all the major platforms like iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. I mean, the list goes on and on, but what I'm saying is, would you do that? Because I'm saying that's a big plus if you can do that.
We have done that, Plastic EP, and gone one step further. How would you like a chance, everybody who's a music artist, because a lot of music, I say, oh, I got great music. I hear the ones on the radio, they're terrible songs. How did they get published? You know, because they understood the business music. You know, if there wasn't an artist that understood the music business where it wasn't going anywhere, you know, it's a bit like opening a store and have a no cash register. People walk up and they're like, nowhere to pay, right? It's the same thing with music. So they understood the business side of the music. They concentrated on that with their music. So yes, part of the program not only distributes your music worldwide, okay, but it also puts it up with a universal music. So that if your song is good enough, it's getting all the hits, Universal will pick it up and give you a contract. So when artists say to you, say now, when they're under the 360 music publishing, they're getting all their royalties, and from worldwide, everything. And there's a lot of royalties, many different platforms, many different sources that you couldn't normally get on your own. So like I said, we incorporate lots of different companies, okay, in order to make this work, because you have to do that anyway. One company alone will not do it. You have to have professional team members from different organizations and different companies that handle different things like BMI, SoundCloud, things like this, you know, that get not only a performance royalties, which when you're singing, but also the performance royalties that are also streaming performance royalties. And
mechanical royalties too.
Yes, everything. And so basically what you're doing, and a split royalty, and also the splits, it manages all the splits for all the artists too. So when you get your check on an online platform, you can see your money, where it's coming from and how much you've made and what you need to do to improve your career. So let's say your song suddenly gets 1 million hits, then Universal will look at that very closely and go, this has got 1 million hits, we'll take that one. And then we'll come to you and say, we want to take your song. And then we want you to be with Universal, you know? So we have that there too. So it's kind of clicked in that all these artists join, and some have 10 hits, 20 hits, 1,000 hits, 10,000 hits, 1 million hits, boom, Universal. You see?
You know where your big market is? I'm just saying. Your big market is the new up-and-coming stars of the future.
That's exactly it. Now, and also the upcoming hit songs. We don't know what song's going to be a hit song, do we? Nobody does. So when it's good to have this, even if you're not making much money, because then if you do and it becomes a hit song, you know you're getting all your royalties. Then, of course, when Universal or another company picks you up, which you've done so well, then they will take over that from there. But it will continue what you're doing. But for the smaller artists that don't actually make the hit record, they will still get their maximum amount of royalties. And I think that's very important. And in the beginning, we were making this program very expensive because, unfortunately, we had to do it by hand, one person at a time with a consultant. Now we're going to make it a computer program. So it's going to be very, very inexpensive. Anybody can afford it, even if they're not making any money, you know? So
it's going to be a digital platform, obviously.
A digital platform that people go on and they follow each instruction A to Z. It can also help them get movie deals to their money in movies as well. Now, please understand, this is what you call a supercharged program for that and for your record deals. Because most companies will say to you, distribute with us, you know, and you're going to get a movie deal, or you could get a movie deal, or you're going to get a record deal. They only have a catalog. They're not pushing your songs. They stick it in their catalog and they send it off to the companies and they can look through if they want to. To me, what good is that? No good. For this program,
Okay.
we show exactly how to go after particular deals.
Yeah. Liz, I know this is artist driven, but it's also for the songwriters who have had placements in film and TV and such. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, songwriting. Like if the song obviously begins with writing the song, so songwriters can join this. But let's remember though, if it's just been written and it's not going to go anywhere, then it's not going to make any money, right? Unless of course it gets sold to somebody. So the songwriter can write the song and they can have it recorded and put it in there. But then somebody, of course, has to be an artist to promote it and make it successful, or they have to try to plug it through our system to get it placed and stuff like that. Now, please understand, this is for artists to receive the music royalties. This is not about getting songwriting deals. Songwriting deals is a completely different situation. Songwriting deals, you can't just send it off to people. You have to have certain publishing companies that will accept your songs that you're bringing and sending in to even look at them. And we also have advice on that too within the 360 program, that if you want to go and join again with that, you can. And it's a good friend of mine that actually runs a company that's had many hit records and shows them exactly how to go through the publishing. And they actually send you to a publisher too in their video system and show you on video what the publisher are looking for. And I'll give you an example of that. Here's the way songs work. People misunderstand how songs work. The songs work like this, right? You send a song, so you've got acceptance into this publishing company. It comes through their door, right? Here's the way it works on a daily publishing person's every day. Like this, watch. It's like this. Here's the songs, right? Here's the list of songs. No. Play a bit more of that. Jimmy, come here a second. Do the drum beat this way. Boom, 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 boom. That's got potential. We'll look at that. I love that one. Take a look at that. That one, no good. That's no good. That's no good. Whoever wrote that? Wow, I love that one. Those four. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's what I go through when I get songs too, that way.
It works, okay? And so we show you in our 360 publishing program, 360 music publishing program, exactly how to do everything, A to Z. Now, of course, you're going to have to spend more money going over to my friend's program to learn how to get that publishing deal, okay? But our program will take you there to that place. So if you're a really serious artist and you really want to go somewhere, and you get this program, it's going to be very inexpensive when it's developed, and you can just log in on it, literally log in. You don't have to call anybody, log in and follow everything in A to Z, and you will get all your royalties, just like that. And then if you want to start plugging things and stuff, that we show you exactly how to do it. We don't tell you how to put it in some catalog where it goes nowhere. We show you how to go to the companies where the directors are to get these songs into movies, how to pick the movies, and how to, have maximum chance of success. Because I get my own movies too through the same program, and I do have a movie. I've got one coming out soon called Chore, and things like that. So you see, it works because I do it myself. And the rest of the reason I designed it, because I did it myself, and I was like, wow, we're here to help people at GRACELAND. My whole career, like give an example. Somebody said to me, "You're a celebrity, right?" And I'm like, "Do you know what a celebrity is?" And they're like, "What is a celebrity?" A celebrity is somebody that reaches a lot of people and makes a big difference in this world to people in people's lives. And that's what we do at GRACELAND. And that's what we do. We help people. When I go on that stage to sing, I'm not there for me. I'm there for what I can do for people. And when I see those smiles and I change people's lives, like the other day I called somebody on the telephone and I told them we love them at GRACELAND. And that made their day. They were somebody who had medical problems, and that made their day. They were calling all their relatives, This is what we do at GRACELAND. We change people's lives. And this is what these sort of programs that we design at GRACELAND do.
Wow. That's fantastic. So all I want to say is this program, we've got to check it out. That's what it is. People can go on the net, look at different programs and see what suits them and what does. But what I'm saying is if you're offering something new, of course, everyone's going to check it out. Kathy.
Yeah. So Liz, your company is a one-stop deal. I mean, because you do more than the other companies out there. You've already clarified that. But someone might say, well, I know of a company that does something similar. So how can you again say exactly why you're different than there's, a handful out there that do it, but
I'll give you
can
a
you
perfect
explain?
example. Just a couple of some of the biggest companies out there will claim they can distribute your music and get your royalties. But here's the problem. They don't tell you about some of the international royalties. They don't tell you that they're just a middleman for those royalties, so you're only getting a small percentage. They don't tell you about SoundCloud, which collects all your performance royalties, which is a major part of the royalty industry. They don't tell you about a lot of things like that. They don't tell you how to directly get deals, how to get publishing deals, song deals, all that sort of stuff. They don't tell you how to claim 100% of your royalties because they only cover a very small portion of the market. They've concentrated on companies who distribute. They're either concentrated on distribution or distribution and some royalties. There's not one company that I've seen other than our program that pushes you towards everything 100%, 360. They would only give you parts. Two of the biggest major companies do not include SoundCloud. SoundCloud's very important. Okay, you have to have that. No SoundCloud, no performance royalties, which is a lot of money. Okay, so, and there's a lot more other types of royalties too. And like I said, the music deals and how to really get a publishing deal. Because a lot of artists out there who are inexperienced, they just send them off to people. Oh, they're paying $100 to send them to people. Why do that when you can do it yourself the proper way and get a maximum chance of success on a deal? Why waste your money on little things like that?
Liz, I need to know all the links. Everybody out there now watching this, they have to know where they've got to go to check you out, right, on this 360 music publishing.
Yes.
It sounds to me fascinating. And the only way you're going to know what it is to actually check it out. So if you can give everybody out there in the world the links, that'll be great.
Yeah. This publishing program, when it is released, will be released through my website. Even though we have a company called Alan L. Presley, that's a company behind the scenes. And we used to have Alan L. Presley and then my career. But really, we're promoting my brand. The company Alan L. Presley promotes my brand. So everything like this will be released through my personal website, which is my brand website, which is lizpresley.me. So it's www.lizpresley.me. And then that program will really be released through there when it's available. Among other things, like some great ideas we have for Graceland to enhance some of the things we're doing at Graceland with the tours and shows and things like this. And also we're working on an intimate evening with Liz Presley at Graceland at Christmas. We're working on that right now too. And we're also working on many other things to help people. I'd like to do this year, maybe 2022, get my Princes and Princesses Teddy Bear program going, where we give teddy bears to people that are sick who come to Graceland, like children and things like that, or for Lisa and me and my dad, our dad, Lisa. And also I would like to just, if I may, do a shout out to my sister to tell you I love you, Lisa. I'm here for you. And I want to give you a really big hug, okay? And I'm here for both of us. So whenever I do anything, I want everybody to know that I'm including my sister as well. And we're working on some big things, with Skylar and who's from the Commodores. And we've got some big team members coming from a major TV show and some of the biggest stars in the industry working on a major project together right now. That also includes my sister, because my sister helped write part of this. So everything I do, I want to let everybody know that this is not just me doing it at Graceland. This is our entire family. This is my sister, my mother, our father, Graceland as well, the team, everybody. And whether I design it or my mum designs it or whoever designs it, doesn't matter. Please understand, you have to understand something. When your children are with a big legacy like we are, we have to independently achieve our things. You can't do it, any other way. But you can design things together. And when you design things together, that's what brings a family together, And so at Graceland, we're designing some wonderful things. And this 360 music publishing program is something I'm very excited about, along with many other things that we have got come in. A lot of people think that Elvis Presley and Graceland is just the history museum where they come for history. It's history of Graceland, of Elvis Presley, it's history of the music industry, and also now it's going to be things that change people's lives. So we have taken the history, brought it into the now, and taken it into the future. All of us are designing amazing things, and we can't wait for you to visit Graceland and come and see all that. if I may say that.
Thank you, Liz. We want to appreciate you being on the show. Kathy and I always like it when you come on the show and tell us what's happening out there. So once again, thanks for being on Gemstars. Kathy and I thank you. Thank you so much, Liz.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, for having me, both of you. And it's wonderful. I love you both very much. Thank you. And we love you, Graceland.
Pleasure. Anytime.